Hello children. Today we are going to do book exercise 2 of this chapter. Children, in my previous videos I have explained you this chapter with green thumbs, and we have also done book exercise 1 where we have answered the questions of the this chapter. Now today we are going to do the grammar portion. So let's start. Here we are going to learn degrees of comparison. Children, I hope you remember what is an adjective. An adjective is a describing word, or you can say an adjective is used to describe or modify a noun or a pronoun. Okay, like you are very small, you are just in class 3, so simply you can say adjectives are describing words. Fine, and you know what does it describe? It describes a noun. And what is a noun, children? A noun is a name of a person, place, animal or thing. Like I say, black crow. So you know crow is a name of a bird, and which word is describing it? Black. So black crow. Suppose I say, children, short girl or beautiful girl or pretty girl or intelligent girl. Fine. So all these words are describing girl. Girl is a noun. It is a name of a person. So adjective is also called a describing word. What does it describe? It describes a noun. Let us take two examples from the chapter. Ailing plant. So plant is a name of a thing. It is a noun, and which word is describing it? Ailing. So ailing is an adjective. In the same way, quiet corner. Quiet is modifying corner. Quiet is describing corner. So quiet is an adjective. And children, see, in the second example we have seen adjectives are used before noun, but there are some sentences where we use adjective after a noun. Like the walls were sunlit. How were the walls? Sunlit. The window was open. So sunlit and open, they are adjectives which are used after nouns. After adjectives. Sunlit and open, they are adjectives which are used after noun. Okay. Now read these sentences. The hillside is steep. This hillside is steeper than that one. In fact, this hillside is the steepest I have ever climbed. So children, can you see the first sentence? We are talking about only one hillside. So we have written steep. But when we compare two hillsides, this and that one, so we will use comparative degree, that is steeper. And when we are comparing all the hillsides, fine, then we will use steepest, which is comparing more than two hillsides, or you can say here we will use superlative degree. So there are three types of degrees of comparison, children. Okay. Like first one is steep. When we talk about only one noun or one person, place, animal or thing, we use positive degree. When we compare two nouns, then we use comparative degree, steeper. And when we talk about more than two, or you can say three or more than, then we will use superlative degree, that is steepest. So let us see more examples. First, let us understand this more. The adjectives steeper and steepest help us to compare the level of steepness of hillsides. Note how we use ER and EST at the end of the adjective steep to talk about the difference. So an adjective can have 3 degrees of comparison, children. First I told you positive, then comparative and superlative. Suppose I say Rohan is a tall boy. Okay, when I am talking only about Rohan. So I said Rohan is a tall boy. But when I will compare Rohan with Sohan, then what can I say? Rohan is taller than Sohan. Why have I added here ER? Because we are doing comparison. And suppose we are talking about all the boys in the class, then I can say Rohan is the tallest boy in the class, children. Fine. In the same way, beautiful, Ria is a beautiful girl. So children, suppose we are talking about Ria and Sia. Okay, so we can say Ria is more beautiful than Sia. In the same way, suppose let's talk about all the girls in the class. So I can say Ria is the most beautiful girl in the class. In the same way, we write thin, thinner, thinnest, fat, fatter, fattest, short, shorter, shortest, famous, more famous, most famous. Okay, children. So let's fill in the blanks with the suitable forms of adjectives in brackets. So remember one thing, when we are talking about only one noun, we will write positive degree. When we are comparing two nouns, we will write comparative degree, and when we are comparing three or more than it, then superlative degree. So her work is dash than mine. So here we are comparing, children, her work and my work. So we have to use comparative degree. So what is the comparative degree of neat? Neater. So her work is neater than mine. Now Paul is the dash when he is reading a story book. Children, one more thing I want to tell here. In positive degree, we use an article a or an. In comparative degree, we use then. And in superlative degree, we use the article the. So children, can you see here the? So when is the Paul happiest? So you can write here superlative degree. Paul is the happiest when he is reading a storybook. Means we are comparing from all the activities that Paul is doing. Now Mount Everest is the dash peak in the world. We are talking about all the peaks in the world. So superlative degree, that is highest. She is dash than her sister. Again we are comparing. So what is the comparative degree of helpful? She is more helpful than her sister. In the same way, isn't this the dash cartoon ever? Okay, so we can see, children, it is written ever. So we have to talk about all the cartoons. So isn't this the funniest cartoon ever? Now children, different types of adverb we will learn here. Adverb of manner, adverb of place, and adverb of time. So what is adverb of manner? It tells us more about a verb. First we will learn about adverb, then these parts. Okay. So what is an adverb? It tells us more about a verb. Like adjective, we have learnt, it tells more about or it describes it describes noun. In the same way, what is an adverb? It tells us more about a verb. Fine. Suppose we say the window doesn't close properly. So here close is verb, children. So which word is telling more about it properly? So it is an adverb. In the same way, children, it tells us more about an adjective also. Suppose we write the climate in Dehradun is quite different from Jaipur's. So we are talking about the climate. So different is an adjective here. So quite is telling more about an adjective. So it will become an adverb again. And adverb also tell us more about another adverb. The plants recovered very soon. So when we write the plants recovered soon, okay. So children, recovered is verb, okay. And suppose we write the plants recovered soon. So see, soon is an adverb here, okay. So in the definition it's written, it tells us more about another adverb. So if soon is an adverb and we are adding very, so very will become adverb. Fine. So what have you learned? Adverb tells us more about a verb, an adjective, and another adverb. Now read these sentences, children. The leaves glistened brightly. So brightly is an adverb. Why? Because it is telling more about glistened. Glistened is a verb. Fine. These plants can't grow in the garden outside. So children, here grow is a verb, and which word is telling more about it? Outside. And children, do you notice it is telling about place also? In the same way, the children will sow the seeds now. Sow is a verb, and which word is modifying it? Which word is telling more about it? Now. Children, so do you notice now is telling about the time? Okay. And brightly it is telling about the manner. So children, the word brightly in the first sentence tells us how the leaves glistened. So it is an example of adverb of manner. And one more thing, children, whenever you will get the answer of how, it will become adverb of manner. It means adverb of manner answers the question of how. The word outside in the second sentence tells us where the plants can't grow. So it is an example of adverb of place. So adverb of place answers the questions of where. The word now in the third sentence tells us when the children will sow the seeds. It is an example of adverb of time. So adverb of times tell us answers the question of when. Now circle the adverbs in these sentences. Write their types in the blanks provided. One has been done for you. He did his work neatly. So children, here neatly is adverb. Why? Because it is telling more about verb. So how did he do his work? Neatly. So it is answering question of how. So it is adverb of manner. In the same way, tomorrow we will go to the museum. Okay, so tomorrow is here adverb and it is telling about time. So it is adverb of time. Come inside, Rohan. Come is verb, and which word is telling more about verb? Inside, and it is telling about place, children. So adverb of place. He spoke fluently. How did he speak? Fluently. So it is answering the question of how. So it is adverb of manner. Oh, it is, I have written quality, children, but it is adverb of manner. Okay, please change it. Adverb of manner. I met him there. I met him there. Okay, so it is telling about the place there. It is telling about the place. So it is adverb of place. Now singular and plural possessive nouns, children. Read these sentences. We are talking about possessive nouns means what, children? It tells about the belongingness or possessiveness. Fine. So read these sentences. The orange trees tank delighted the narrator. So see, children, when we write apostrophe S, it means it is telling about singular tree. But when we write the trees tank delighted him, it means trees and then apostrophe. It means we are talking about plural tree. Okay, see, when we are writing apostrophe S, it is telling about singular tree. When we give apostrophe after S, it means we are talking about plural tree. The word in blue are possessive nouns. A possessive noun shows ownership. In the first sentence, trees is a singular possessive noun, whereas trees and then apostrophe. In the second sentence is a plural possessive noun. Note that we do not add an S after the apostrophe in plural ending with S. See, children, when examples are the best way to explain. Read more examples of plural possessive nouns ending with S. Charles. Children, you know there are many names which end with S. So we will give apostrophe at the last. So Charles' car is very expensive. Can you pass Doris' book to me? And children, suppose you are talking about all the family members of Charles, then also you will write like this only. However, we add an S after the apostrophe for other plural possessive nouns. See, children, what is the plural of man? Men, M-E-N. But to make it possessive, when we are writing a sentence, so we have to write men's. Plural of child is children. So when we are writing something which is showing possessiveness, then we will write the children's book, the men's shirt, like this. Children, I have made a video on possessive noun. Okay, you can check the video in my channel. It will be more clearer. Now rewrite each group of words using the apostrophe. One has been done for you, like the fragrance of the flowers. So you have to write belongingness. So the flowers fragrance. See, children, why we have given apostrophe at the end? Because we are talking about plural flowers. Okay. The plants of the narrator. Narrator is singular, so we have to write apostrophe and then S. Okay. The narrator's plants. The discarded plants of James. See, children, in James already S is given, so we will give at the end. Apostrophe will go at the end. James' discarded plants. The toys of John. John and then apostrophe S. John's toys. The anger of the people. The people's anger. Okay, apostrophe S. The cottage of the beaches. See, it is plural, so we will give apostrophe after S. The beaches cottage. Now vocabulary, children, you have to learn compound words. A compound word is formed when two or more words are joined to form a new word with a new meaning. See, in compound word, what happens? When you join two meaningful words and it give another meaningful word, when you will add them. Okay, that is a compound word. Like, let us read these compound words from the story. Sunshine. So, you know what is the meaning of sun? You know what is the meaning of sunshine. So when you will add it, you will get sunshine. You know its meaning also. So sunshine is equal to sun plus shine. All these three words are giving some meaning. So it is compound word. In the same way, cupboard, bedroom, hillside. Fine. Now what you have to do here? You have to match the columns to form compound words. Like windmill, breakfast, waterfall, steamboat and cardboard. Okay, now speaking, you have to talk about your happiness. Happiness means different things to different people. For example, the narrator of the story finds happiness in nursing plants back to health, but maybe some other people who don't take care of the plant, they feel happy to discard plants, they feel happy to throw the plants. Fine. So happiness means different things to different people. So what makes you happy? You have to talk about in the class and listen to what your classmates have to say. So children, you are not going to school now, so you can talk to your friends on phone, or you can talk to your parents at home or your siblings. Children, I am giving you an example here. Suppose we all love to go to sea beaches, right? So you will see so many people there, hundreds of people there. You will see few people, they feel happy to bath in the sea. Few people you will see, they feel very happy to make sand castles. Few people, they feel happy to play football there. Few people, they love to eat the things present there. And few people would love to take photographs from their cameras. And rest of the people you will see, they are just sitting and watching all the things happening. Other people, they just love to sit and chat with their friends. So in one scene, you can see different kinds of people, which brings happiness to them. Okay. Now, plural of words ending with O. Now, study how these words ending with O form their plurals. Like one tomato. Here, children, you have to add es. One tomato, two tomatoes. One potato, two potatoes. But there are few words which end with O, but we do not write es, we just write s. Like, notice how these words ending with O form their plurals. 1 kilo, 2 kilos. 1 photo, 2 photos. So some words ending with O take es, while others only take s to form their plurals. So children, let us take the words with the correct spelling. Mangoes, we know it is wrong. It should be es. Heroes, yes, es is written, so it is right. Pianos, in pianos there is no es, so it is wrong. Videos, yes, it is correct. Buffaloes, in buffaloes we write es, so it is also correct. Radios, in radios we don't write es, children, so it is wrong. Now writing portion is, you have to describe a flower. Describe your favorite flower in about 80 to 100 words. See children, points are given, okay, for your help. Like, use these points in your writing. You have to first write the name of the flower, what is its color and shape, where it is grown, why is it is your favorite flower, whether it is common in your part of the country, and medicinal properties of the flower, if any. You can also write how do you take care of the plant, what do you do with the flower or fruit, not fruit, sorry, flower only. So you can add more points on your own, children. These points are just for your help. So you can write in your any copy, notebook. See, sentences for practice. See children, we are not going to do this. Okay, let's move. Okay, here, reading for pleasure. Read these books on plants and trees. Children, I have checked this on internet. It is very interesting. You also, children, you can find this on internet. Please check this. Trees by Lisa Jane Gillespie, illustrated by Patricia Donaira, and The Good Garden, how one family went from hunger to having enough, by Katie Smith Milway, illustrated by Sylvie Daigneault. See children, in second one, what happened? We talk about one family who are very poor. They barely have something to eat, and how they become very rich by just growing. This story is about the garden, what they have done, all these things we will read, how they have become rich from poor family. So children, I hope you have understood the book exercise. That's all for today, children. Thank you.